Hello, hello. I'm sorry, I can't really see everybody that is joined here right now, so bear with me. Okay. I think so. Wait. I'm sorry, I can't really see everybody that is joined here right now, so bear with me. No. I cannot edit the live chat. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's joined already. Okay, so I have the live chat on. Okay. Okay, we have one that's in already. Okay. Hello? Hello? Hmm? Well, Hello, hello. So I'm resending the link again on your emails, so to make sure that you have the links with you. I'm going to wait for everybody to join before we start. So, okay. So there you go. I sent another email to everyone to check on the link. Let's see what will happen. Okay. So let's just wait for everybody. Oh, I have 5 watching now. So everything is updating. I have a 60-second latency from my streaming to YouTube. So please do really bear with me. Okay. Everybody say hi to the comment section so I can see who's in and so we can start. Let me know if the sound is working, if everything's working on your end. We have 6 now coming in. Okay, so I really do apologize for the technical errors that we have. This is actually the first time that we used YouTube live streaming. So to make sure that we are going to only cater the ones who enrolled for the sessions. All right, so usually we do Facebook Lives, but unfortunately Facebook Live is very open for other viewers and we doesn't want to do that at this point. So yeah, 7 is watching now. I guess I'm expecting 13 enrollees to be in today. The rest would be doing some playback on the recording. Yes. Alright, so for those who are in now, just make sure you type in hi. Hi, Rianne. Hi, Febby. Okay. So in 5 minutes, we're going to start our broadcast like we're going to start the lessons. Hi, Krisha. I appreciate your family joining me today. You're really, very supportive. So we would like to utilize the comment section more. There's going to be a Q&A section or a Q&A portion later on after the discussion. And I'm going to be picking some questions from the comment section to answer it one by one so that we can, cater all of your questions. This is why this is a live session, so that we can, hi, so that we can make sure we get all the questions answered and you can apply that to your journey to being a VA. So yeah. And also, just to let you guys know, I'm having a group. I built up a group on Facebook for our community. So after this, I'll be inviting every one of you. I would wish you guys to add me on Facebook. Most of you guys are already my Facebook friends. Hi, MRCR. Welcome, welcome. So I would like you guys to add me on Facebook so that I can add you to the Facebook group, the community we're building. And there is where we're going to send you job hirings. So I am part of different groups, different platforms, and I can actually send everyone opportunity to find a job hiring without you going to scroll and joining to different groups already. So I'm going to do that, and I'll also give you some tips and tricks. Just let me know what you need, what you want. So yes. Okay. Last 5 minutes and we're going to start now. So yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I hope all of the enrollees are here now, like most of them. Well, anyway. Okay, so as you go and enter the comment section, always make sure you say hi to us so that we would know you're here. It would be very, very helpful. All right. So just to set you expectations, the rest of the session, we have 2 more sessions for free that I provided to all of our enrollees today. So the 2 sessions that we have, that will be provided as a pre-recorded video, so you don't have to hop in a specific time. You can just go and watch it whenever you have a convenient time for it, and you can keep that recording as long as you wanted. We're not going to delete that anywhere. So, yep. So I think okay, so I'll try my best to be in vernacular or speak in a vernacular, but I'm more spontaneous speaking in English. But just use the comment section if you want me to speak in vernacular in Tagalog. Let me know. I'll try my best to be as simple as possible. But this is actually a training for everybody already that you wanted to apply as a virtual assistant, but basically need to be exposed to speaking in English and listening to English, and especially the American accent. So yes. Okay, so we are going to start now. Alright, so good morning. Alright, we are used to say good morning because we worked at night. So it's 7:18 p.m. and we're going to start our live sessions today as we walk you through on how you can learn about freelancing and being a virtual assistant. So the reason why I pulled up this coaching sessions is that a lot of my friends and family members are really rooting to know about freelancing, the virtual assistant industry. As you know, pandemic comes in and everybody's like laid off for some time, and we want it to be safe and just work from home, right? And not all the companies do offer a work from home setup. So yes, we would like everybody to have the ability to work from home, be safe, and have an endless possibility in earning as well, especially in pandemic season. Some of the companies just do cut off their pays, cut off their bonuses, and we know that we need that. So, without further ado, we're gonna launch our freelancing in a few hours, because it's just 6 hours in total for you to learn our freelancing journey. And we're gonna walk you through hand in hand to help you find your first client as well. So this is not going to end in this coaching sessions. We're going to be interacting more every day as you need me. I'll be there with you on our Facebook Messenger. Okay, so I would really recommend everybody to add me on Facebook. Great. Okay. Hi. All right. So let's start now. I would like to give a quick introduction of the webinar. What you will learn today is the most basic startup that you would need to do when you wanted to transition from a virtual assistant industry from a company or an office setup. All right, so first things first, we are going to guide you on what you would need to prepare for you to be able to apply and to land a job. All right, that's first thing. Then second, how are you going to get a client? Where are you going to get them? How would you sell yourself? So I'm going to be teaching you that today. And also, how much can you earn? What are the possibilities that you can get in working from home? Definitely, I'll be teaching you some tricks on how to earn more than what you're earning right now. So, okay. Alright, so welcome jump starters. Are you ready to learn, burn, and earn? Why did I say learn, burn, and earn? You will be learning today. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to be burning the midnight oil to find the best client for you and to get you a very, very good income. And then you will earn after that. All you need to expect is earning after that. All right? So just a quick introduction of myself. My name is Sunny, and I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Criminology. I'm also a licensed criminologist, and I have a Master of Science in Criminal Justice, just lacking a dissertation, and still ongoing. I am also a virtual assistant and a freelancer for 5 years already. So it seems like my field of study is quite different from what I am doing. And I get the comments a lot that why I'm not in line of the business or the study that I've been with. But, there are a lot of reasons why. And after this, you will understand why I choose to be a virtual assistant and a freelancer for 5 years. So, okay, VA and freelancing at a glance. We offer services to business owners whose main goal is to leverage their business and free up their time to either generate more sales or to have more time for themselves. Okay, so there's a common quote on VA and freelancing that some of us. I can't say that I'm offended. It's not that I'm offended, but Sometimes when they say, "What's your work? Anong trabaho mo?" Work from home, home base ako. They kind of say, call center. Well, it's quite different from the BPO industry, because the BPO industry, when you are in there, you're just focused on a specific task or a specific line of business. All right. Well, with a virtual assistant and freelancing, you have all the power to branch out all of the skills that you have. So, for example, in BPO, you're just going to make calls. You're servicing. You're going to service what you call this telecommunications, banking, credit cards. You're going to be specifically seated on that LOB. But in freelancing, that's why it's freelancing, because it's endless. You can choose to focus on a specific branch of it, but of course, you have the power to branch out as well. So, for me, as what we are calling it in the community, it's not just a job. Hindi lang siya isang trabaho na meron ka. We don't call ourselves employees, okay? We call ourselves business owners. Like, we are business men and women here in freelancing. Why? Because we doesn't really submit to a company. Hindi kami, we don't even have a contract to be tied to just one company. We are individual contractors. So, let's say, pag nagpapagawa ka ng bahay, di ba, may mga contractors, may mga mason, ganyan. So, they can actually get other services or provide other services to other people while they're working for you, or while they're working for you. So, they are selling their skills to you, and they are not just, serving you the purpose of what the company needs them to do. Okay, so that's really a very thin line between being a virtual assistant and the BPO industry. Don't get me wrong, I'm also from the BPO industry way, way back. And I'm proud of it, because that's really my stepping stone to do better here, because the trainings there are really, really intense, and you have to make sure that you work on a fast-paced capacity. So it really helps. That really helps, that experience. Okay. So, let's outline the virtual assistant world. Okay, so we already defined what a virtual assistant is, or what is the nature of their work. So now we would like to know, what's your market? What's your target market? I mentioned to you earlier that we are business owners, like we are a business. When we go and put ourselves out there to be a virtual assistant or a freelancer, we are doing business. So what's your target market? Your target market would be, this is the top most industries that virtual assistants right now are serving, or like we cater their needs. First is the real estate agents and the brokers. So this is not limited only for the US, okay? So we have Canada, Australia, UK, Great Britain. We have clients who seek people or contractors that would help them. Okay, for real estate agents and brokers, it's quite different from the process that we have here in the Philippines. Like, if we have agents here, right? If you're going to buy a home and you have an agent, they would definitely provide you everything that you need. Like, you have to sign it as soon as you have your pag-ibig done, as soon as you have your bank loan approved, then you're all good to go, right? It's just a few easy steps. But in the real estate world outside the Philippines, it's really, really different. All right. It's kind of very tedious. No one would want it. Like, it's 15% of the time that people there would sell their homes on their own, right? They kind of like sell their homes on their own because they don't want it to pay for any other person to do that for them. Maybe because the house is in a lesser price and they wanted them all, something like that. So they don't want to pay. But basically, ideally, most of the sellers and buyers outside the Philippines do have a real estate agents and brokers. Why? Because there are timelines that they have to follow to fill in the forms, make sure that there's inspection. It's really, really tricky. They have to get a termite inspection on their home and make sure that is approved. They have to have an appraisal inspection for their home. And there's a lot of certificates that they have to get from different parties. And it's really tedious and, heartbreaking for a seller who would really wanted to sell their house fast. All right. So this real estate industry outside the country is really booming at the moment. And the more they can get their business, the more they get buyers and sellers out there, then definitely the more they wanted to get virtual assistants to help them, right? So for the real estate industry, personally, on a personal note, I am working for real estate agents for 5 years, different countries, different states in the U.S. as well, and different services. So you can do a general virtual assistant. You can just be there whenever, wherever, like 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. You'll be there and just wait for their call, for their text, for something that they wanted to do, and you're going to be doing that. And all they need to do is drive around and make sure that they get clients, they talk to people, and all of the back end jobs will be forwarded to you. Okay, so that's usually what real estate agents would want it to do, because they wanted to free up space to generate more leads, to generate more sales, rather than sitting there and doing, computer work. They really doesn't want that. Okay, so funny story. I had a client that he's really old, not really old, but around 50 or 60 years old, and he's really a top agent. He's really good. But the thing here is, up until now, 2022, he doesn't know how to use a computer. And what he does is he needs a virtual assistant because he's writing everything on paper, scan it over to me, and I'm going to do it on my computer. So, that's the reason why we're here. We are going to solve a problem. We're going to solve an issue that business owners do have. Now, small businesses, usually we have boutiques, fashion boutiques. We have makeup artists. We do have selling goods or like drop shipping. Okay, so they also need virtual assistant to look over on their business from start to finish, right? And I'm not saying that it's only applicable outside the country, because I know some people right here in the Philippines who uses virtual assistants here in the Philippines for their own small businesses, but I cannot promise that it would be the same amount of pay, all right? Because Philippines are a little bit what I mean. Okay, so next would be vloggers and influencers and content creators. So they also need VAs like us to do day-to-day tasks that is very time consuming. So rather than for them to go out there and do a video, someone was going to edit for them. Someone's going to do social media engagement for them, for their followers. someone is going to invite followers to make sure that they grow their market. All right, so those are the things that they do want us to do. And also coaches. All right, so there's a lot, especially now that it is pandemic, everybody's turning to online coaching like me. All right, so everybody would do podcast, YouTube, and it's a lot of work. I can tell you, it's a lot of work. And you have to build your community as well as a coach to get more people to enroll for you, right? So, some are wellness coaches. I did have a client that's a wellness coach, and also a trading coach. Sad to say, I wasn't ready for trading that time, forex trading, but I do have all the access to his lessons for free. And that's funny that I really can't get into it. But anyways, those are the little perks that you can get if you have these types of clients. All right, there are gym buddies, gym buff coaches, dietary coaches. There's a lot for you to cater. And as I said, all you need to do is pull them out of the chair and let them do their work while you do the most tedious things. Okay, so what do we need to prepare? All right, so this is the most, I could say, the best that you can do if you're like starting over, like just starting the virtual assistant industry, because laptops and PCs right now are really, really expensive. During my time, it will only cost around 20,000 for a great deal of specs already. But now it's like, the last time I checked, it's 40 to 50,000 for a laptop. Okay, so I would really push you through to invest to a very good laptop. All right, so 5 years ago, I purchased a relative actually helped me to purchase a computer. This laptop that I'm using right now, and it's kind of outdated already. It's iCore 3. It's an HP iCore 3 4GB RAM with a 4GB internal memory. And I can tell you, when work comes in, it kind of goes slower and slower. And especially if you're rooting to creatives, like if you're rooting to do Adobe, Photoshop, it's not going to work for you. You need a much better specs. But if you're going to be a starter and web design or graphic design is not really your niche or your skill set, that's fine. I can tell that iCore 3 will suffice your needs, all right? So you can start with that if that's the thing that you have available right now. But yeah, that's what I recommend, iCore 3 and up. And also you need a noise canceling headset. Hi for you new joiners out there. Thank you for coming in. So, yeah. Going back, we need a noise canceling headset. I know not everybody here would want it to do calls or to make calls, because, it's really not the best thing ever. But I would still suggest to you guys to purchase your noise canceling headset. Why? Because from time to time, there's going to be meetings. On your interviews, you're going to need a noise canceling headset because it provides great impact to the clients as well. So whenever they talk to you, it's usually a video call. All right. And using your computer's microphone isn't that good. Medyo, garalgal, ganyan. And then, if you do the headphones, like the cell phone headphones, it sounds like airy. Like, like that. And we doesn't want that. We are trying to impress a client. So I would like you guys to be prepared. At least there are, you go to Festival Mall, there are a couple of good noise canceling headsets that are cheaper in the market, or you can go to Lazada and order it from there. I would recommend Plantronics. There's a Plantronics that is really good and really sturdy, and it just costs about 1,600 pesos. I won't recommend you to buy 500 pesos of a headset. I'll tell you, you're just wasting your money. Okay? In 3 weeks or so, it's going to be ruined. Alright? So, that's not ideal. I would recommend you to purchase a much better headset on a higher price, but then definitely you'll be able to use it for a long term. This headset that I'm using is, I think I bought this in Silicon Valley, I think, in Festival Mall, to replace my Plantronics headset, because I really have to purchase it right away. I can't order in Lazada, so I just purchased this. This is also a Plantronics headset. I cannot tell that this is the most or the best quality ever, but it would be like it can go through. Okay, so that's a tip for me. And if you wanted to do a much better headset, the price range are endless. Okay, I would recommend a Jabra, of course. If you're a call center agent, you would know how Jabra works. Jabra is the top of the line headsets, and if you know the call center headsets they are using, that costs around 15,000 pesos, 15 to 20,000 pesos. So that's how much it is. So for those who are working from home, please make sure that you take care of your headsets, because the company will really, sue you for that, because that's really expensive. What else do I have? Like Plantronics, I don't recommend A4Tech. A4Tech is a very low quality headset. They just range around 500 to 1,000 pesos, and it sounds really airy, and it doesn't have that noise canceling version of the headsets that we need, right? So to tell you honestly, there's no noise canceling headsets that really can stop the noise from being heard over the phone. Okay, so unless it's really, really expensive, like 20,000 pesos kind of a headset, then definitely it would be serving you the purpose. But honestly, it will still have this noises, like the roosters, the dogs, even the whispers of your roommates or whatnot. So it will still hear it, but it's going to be less than the actual sound of it. Okay, so it will be lessened. And I would advise, if it's really noisy out there in your area, I would recommend you to download Krisp. Krisp is a app on your software on your computer that would help you to lessen the noise. It will reduce the noise from your computer itself already, so you doesn't have to worry about it. It's really a great help, and it's free. So try to jot it down. Download Krisp if you're going to use if you're going to be talking to a client or something like that. Okay, moving on. A main ISP or an internet service provider. That's ISP. Internet service provider of 10 gigabyte Mbps and up. Is that right? I think I'm wrong. 10 Mbps and up. Okay. The main ISP should be 10 Mbps and up. I can tell that 10 Mbps is still slow, especially if there are multiple tabs that you're going to use. right now we are at 50 Mbps with Converge. PLDT is quite good with customer service, but client wise, I would not recommend PLDT unless it's the only choice that you have, because most of the time their signals are intermittent. Like, they drop the signals. You're paying for, let's say you're paying for 20 Mbps, but they're just giving you half of it. So, there are a lot of internet service providers out there that you can choose from right now, and I would like you to choose wisely. Now, if you do not have any choice other than PLDT, then definitely I would suggest you guys to do have a backup ISP. It's a backup internet service provider. For me, Converge is really reliable, but then again, there's still downtimes with them. And I used to go around areas to, I go different areas while I'm working, because I'm working 24/7. So I do have the SIM card dito. Okay, before I use Globe, I use Smart, I use Talk and Text, and it depends on the area. Okay, so sometimes Globe is not working, I have to switch with Smart. Sometimes Smart is not working, I have to switch with Globe, and I have to pay like the same promo altogether. Like, I'm paying 100 pesos for each, and I'm just using either of them. Okay, so for me, that's not really a good investment. So I switched to Dito and tried it. Here in Muntinlupa, I can tell, or in some areas, I would say, Dito is really good. I've bring Dito everywhere, like to Alfonso, Tagaytay, Pampanga, everywhere. I use Dito as my mobile hotspot so I can work in my tablet. Where's my tablet? Okay. Anyway, so I have my tablet with me, so I don't have to carry my laptop. So those people, those friends here, my friends here, they know that every time we go out and make chica on a cafeteria or in a coffee shop, I always bring my laptops with me. Like, I always bring them because I'm still working. So that's really the perks of being a virtual assistant. You can work anywhere, anytime you want. Okay, it won't hold you back and just, I'm working and I can't go. But, being a virtual assistant, you can bring your work anywhere and you can still enjoy yourself. So this next ones are the generators in a backup PC or laptop. It's not required, but it is an A plus for all the clients. They're really looking for someone who would have a generator or a USPS in your home, because most of the Filipino virtual assistants palusot is about getting an electric outage. Ay, wala po kaming kuryente, hindi po ako papasok. Something like that. Wala kaming kuryente, wala akong internet. So basically, the agencies and the clients know that already. Parang gasgas na yung point na yun. So if you have a generator, you're hired, because they wanted you to work continuously as much as possible. They don't want you to go on off. You have the right to go on off, but it's a plus to have a generator and not to have an excuse not going to work. And then the backup PC or laptop, I have an iCore 5. I would recommend higher. You can buy something like a second hand for that. You don't need to be fancy about your backup PC or laptop, but that is very important, especially if Microsoft do its own digging, like it updates itself automatically and you're in the middle of something. So you're gonna lose time, you're gonna lose the work that you're working on, and so you can jump into a second laptop. Also, if you're planning to do a multiple client rather, then definitely you would need a second laptop. Why? Because first, either that client, one of the clients will have have you monitored. They have a software for you to download to screenshot your screen so to see if you're really working. So you can't work for another client, right? But you really wanted to. So you can get another laptop so that you can work on that laptop for another client and they can't see that. All right. So this is what you need to prepare. I'm not saying that you have to get this exactly, but whatever you have, we can work on it. All right. So whenever they are sending job descriptions or job requirements online, they would specifically put in all of the requirements, technical requirements that they need. Okay. And sometimes they would ask you to screenshot the specifications of your laptop. Well, that's not a problem if you have a lower kind of laptop. Because what I do for that is that you can just chat me over and say, hey, I need the screenshot of a specification. I can send you a screenshot of the specification and you can send that to them. All right, so that's problem solved. Okay, so you don't have to really root for a very expensive laptop. But there is a big but on that. You have to make sure that your laptop is working properly and you are not onto creatives, as I said earlier. Creatives are the graphic designs thingy or editing, video editing, because the software is too big and you cannot use your laptop with a smaller version or later version with those softwares. It's going to be disaster. Okay. So, introduction to VA platforms. So, the reason why I have your screen right here, just in plain sight, I'm not presenting it, because I'm going to show you how you can go to all the VA platforms that you can use to find a job. Alright, so from logging in, from doing your profiles, then definitely that will help you to see what's going on. How are you going to do it? Okay, so let's see. First thing that we have in our list is, this is a very old school kind of thing. Okay. Okay, so just let me know if you are seeing this in front of your screen. I think not. Okay. Good. I just checked it. Alright, so I'm going to root for onlinejobs.ph. You can see here at the topmost part of the website, it's www.onlinejobs.ph. All you need to do is log in there. It will ask you to fill in your credentials. Your name, your birthday, everything, anything about you. Because they are going to produce a resume for you inside the site already. So you have the option to upload your resumes, but the clients will already see what your experiences are, where you're good at, your cover letters. You doesn't have to do it all over again. So I'll show you. So this one is my account. Okay, so I'll show you my profile. So here's my picture. You are required to add your picture in here because they're going to be doing a background check. Okay, just to make sure that you are really you and you're not someone else. Okay, so I'm a job seeker. Here's my name. It has profile. Everything and anything about me is there. And then I do have a job applications that I already have applied for. I have saved jobs. So whenever I scroll up and down here, I can click the jobs that I want to go back to and say, maybe I can apply for that, or maybe there's something better. And then the account settings. So we go to the My Profile. Okay, so my niches are much wider than this. Okay, the services that I can offer is much wider than this, but specifically I wanted onlinejobs.ph to find me clients for general virtual assistant, executive assistant, and SMMM. Okay. So it will ask you how much is your expected salary, and then your educational attainment, your experiences, and your overview. Okay, so it's my experience is quite a lot. I've put in a novel for it, like a dozen of different things. So to attract clients as well, that I have much more experience. And then your basic information, where do you live? You can take your DISC. DISC is for them to know who you are, how are you doing, like how do you work. It's a psychological test, actually, right? And some clients are really looking into it because they wanted to know if you and the client will be in a good connection. If you're working together, will you be working together good, or your attitudes will be, quite opposite. So that's the reason why they have DISC in here. Next would be the skill summary. Okay, so as I said, there's a lot of things that I put in here. I narrated all of the skill sets that I've encountered and used in the past, so that they would know what are my experiences and how can I apply it to their business. So I put it in there. And then it will ask you to star all the top skills that you have based on your capabilities. Like if you're an admin assistant and you star 5, then definitely you can do everything and anything under it. So email management, Excel, personal assistant, recruitment assistant. This is all of the skills that I can offer, and the clients can choose from it. And also, you are provided clients through this because onlinejobs.ph will eventually select you from this pool. So they will depend on this so that they can give you the best clients that you are searching for. Next, your experiences again, and skills rating on how good you are on the following. Okay, and then for your English, are you speaking English good? Tutoring, teaching, writing. Okay, so that's it. Now, if you have everything filled out, you have this profile ready, it will give you an ID proof. Okay, so I'm setting you an expectation that the first time that you logged in here, you complete all of the information, it will only give you a couple of ID proofs. Okay, because you need to have some pictures taken, uploaded in there, and everything like that. So just to prove that you are you. Okay, and as you go, it will increase. Last time I started this 5 to 6 years ago, and I was like 25 ID proof. So that will limit me to apply on other job openings that they have, because the clients will be asking a higher ID proof. Okay, but as you go, as you scroll down and find jobs for you, your ID proof will increase. The more you spend your time here in OLJ, the more you get your ID proof increased. Okay? So, here are the messages. Okay, so the messages are, it usually comes to my email, but for quite some time it's not going through my email anymore. I'm not sure if I opted out, but usually whenever there are clients who found me, they are finding me. Okay, this is what is good in OLJ. That's why they ask for your profile. What can you do? Because they match you with clients also. Okay, so like you or like us, that we are looking for clients, they have the ability as well to look for the right virtual assistants out in the market. All right, so these messages are directly from clients who wanted me to work for them. Okay, it's an invitation to apply, email marketing specialist. I did not apply for that. They just messaged me and say, hey, you're a good fit. We wanted you to work for us. So there's a real estate appointment setter, invitation to apply to virtual admin assistant, real estate executive assistant, lead generation position. So let's open one of the emails so that you would know what is in here. Okay, so this is an email from Isaac Smith. He's the client, okay? So he said, hi there, I came across your profile and it looks like you might be a good fit for a job I just posted. It's long-term, full-time position for email marketing specialist with opportunity to grow. If you're interested, please take a look at the listing and apply. So there is, this is the job post that he posted in OLJ. It will contain all of the information such as the pay. There you go. Okay. So here's the job posting that he put up in OLJ. Let's just turn off this light. Okay. As you can see, it is type of work. It will tell you if it's full-time, part-time, or project-based. The salary is $1,200 to $1,500 a month. USD or US dollars, and the only ID proof that they required is 50. Remember, my ID proof is 89, so I can definitely apply for this job. And he posted this February 7, 2022. One tip, if you're going through here, then definitely you wanted. So if you're applying through here, then definitely you wanted to check on when it was posted. Because basically if it's weeks ago, like here, it's been a month ago, then definitely someone's already been hired. Or they have reached somebody already. Okay, but you can take a shot, still try and see if it will work for you. Okay, so it gives the job overview. So then we need to work together. Don't miss this opportunity. Flexible working schedule, work from home, long-term position, make decisions and see results. And this is the company information. Okay, they give you, they already feed you all the information that you need to know for you to be able to decide to accept the job. Okay, so you cannot tell that hindi naman niya sinabi sa akin na magko-calls pala ako. Kasi everything is in here already. They are going to give you all the information. Okay? So, in here, it will give you directions on how you will apply. There are some pet peeves that they do, like whichever direction your passion, talent you take, or training, mentorship. Sometimes they will ask you to email me with a subject white. And that's very, very critical when you're applying a job. You have to read all this. Okay, yeah. To apply, at the top of your cover letter, please write my leads pop. Okay, this small information will make or break you. Why? As soon as they see that you did not do a single instruction that they have provided here, then definitely you're striked out. Okay, just a single one, you're striked out. It means that you do not know how to follow instructions, and you have to be very keen with details, and that's what they need. Okay? So there are descriptions on what they need, who would they need. If you feel like you're compatible with it, go ahead and apply. But if you feel like you're just pressured to find a job right now, I would not recommend that for you. Okay? Because that will give you a headache. Okay? So there, if you're here, if the requirements, you think you can pass the requirements, then go for it. All right. So going back, as you can see, the salary is 1,200 per month. So right now we're really in really good position. Okay, right now dollar is in a very good position. It's around 50 to 51 per conversion. So if it's a $1,200 or 1,200, that's times 50. So you'll be getting 60,000 pesos per month for a 40-hour per week job. You see what I'm saying? There's an endless possibilities of you earning here as a virtual assistant. Imagine, in a call center industry, don't get me wrong, people in the call center is really good and they're really making a decent money here in the Philippines. But if you would compare apples to apples, you have the skills and you jump into a virtual assistant industry, you earn more. Triple. On my last time, 5 years ago, an entry-level call center agent will earn around 15,000 pesos a month. Okay, let's say 20,000 pesos a month, because there's lots of bonuses, hazard pay, whatever. So let's say 20,000 pesos a month. And if you are already a tenured agent and you go like 2 years in BPO industry, you might have an offer of 29 to 30,000 a month. Imagine the difference of that, having you earn 60,000 a month. All right, you see what I'm saying? So this is really a good industry that you can work on, and I would like you to invest more on improving yourself, on learning, because it will be your gateway. You can get a very quick return of investment on what you will earn, right? So imagine you paid 200 pesos right now for a 3 course, and you can earn this big if ever you're able to pursue, the courses, right? So, see what I'm saying? Now we'll move on to LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn doesn't have much information or like clients out there, but you can get direct clients out here. You can get more clients, direct clients out here. What do I mean by direct clients? Direct clients are like the people that will be paying you directly. Okay? One tip. There are 2 venues for you to get a client. It's either an agency. They are getting you clients and they're having a cut. Like if the client pays them $10, you get $4 and they get the $6 out of you. Okay? That's how agency works. Like, if you have heard or if you have already researched My Outdesk, OVA, those are agencies. Okay? And they offer basically around $4 per hour. If you get a direct client, imagine you can offer from $10 to $15. Okay? If you're an entry level, everybody here are on entry level. So the minimum that you can price yourselves are at $4. Okay, on a direct client. But you have to set their expectation that as you grow with them, you're going to increase your salary from time to time. Okay? So that's the pros and cons of having an agency and a direct client. I'll discuss it more later to you as we go along. So here in LinkedIn, what you get here are direct clients. They're business owners. You invite people, you invite business owners, referrals outside the country, connect with them so that they can see you. Okay, so just like with onlinejobs.ph, it will give you the opportunity to set your niches, your skills, and let the other people know that this is what I can offer. Okay, same. You have analytics here. You have the previews of profile. So your experiences, here are my experiences, my educational background, etc., etc. It's like your walking resume. Okay, and it's out online. I also get invites from here of network connection with foreign business owners, but I don't really, deep dive with it. I found one client from here. He just messaged me personally on Facebook, and we clicked together. We were able to do business together. So that's how it works. It's just like something. It's a poster that you're posting yourself out there and online, that I can offer this and that, okay? So this is not really the ideal LinkedIn kind of thing. You can improve this. You can put some cover photos here. You can add more experiences and whatnot, so you can improve this. This is just not my focus at the moment. Okay, the third one would be Upwork. Okay, you can jot this down, www.upwork.com. All right. So many agencies are using Upwork for you to get a profile. Here, there's a profile completeness. It will ask you questions. You have to fill in different informations. What are your experiences? Just like onlinejobs.ph. Okay. Your categories will help you find a match on clients who are looking for something. Okay, and then what else? Okay, let's find work. So let's just say that you already have completed your profile in Upwork. Okay. Here you will see 50 available connects. Okay, so you have 50 available connects on each time you open this. So just like with onlinejobs.ph, it's like the ID proof. Okay, you have given 50 available connects, and depending on the jobs that you're going to apply for, it will lessen down. It will be subtracted. So, for example, I'll be searching a job, email marketing. That's what I wanted to focus on. So it will filter all of the job posts. There's 12,000 job found under email marketing. Okay, GMAS email marketer. Okay, you will have here the option to filter your experience level. If it's an entry level, you can just click on entry level and it will put all of the jobs that looks for entry level email marketing. If there's an hourly job, so for example, you can just work 20 hours a week maximum, then you can filter that in here. You have a fixed price. For example, you wanted $1,000 for a monthly payment. Then definitely you can filter all the jobs that has $1,000 monthly payment. Okay, so as you go here, GMAS email marketer. I need a master at email marketing to focus on one very specific role, managing and maintaining deliverability for email accounts using GMass. So everything is in here. If you click in here, it will give you all of the information that they need. They need someone who can work less than 30 hours a week. Project length is more than 6 months. So it's possible that they have only, they're going to run it for 6 months or so. And they will be able to stop. So most likely it's a seasonal kind of thing. And then they wanted someone that is an expert. Okay, I'm willing to pay higher rates for the most experienced freelancers. So the more experience that you can offer for them, then you can get $1,000 or more per month. Okay, so this is the expertise that they needed. All of the information they want is here. And then you can click on the job link so that you can apply. Okay, there's a submit a proposal button here. You just have to write a simple cover letter, and then it will go through and they will review it. Okay, this is not something that is sure that whenever you apply to this, you automatically get hired. You have a lot of people in there as a competition, so you have to make sure you do your best, you write your best, and make sure you present yourself best. So as you go along, you see there's a required connects to submit a proposal. So I said we have a 50 available connects for each time we logged in. And this job requires you to have 6 connects. So if you apply and send a proposal for this, it will deduct you 6 out of 50. Okay, so in a day, like for example, you send 10 proposals. You have to make sure that it fits the 50 connects available that you have. Okay. So that's the top 3 where I look for. The last would be my Facebook page. There are lots of Facebook groups that I've joined in already through time. And that's where I really get clients really fast. Okay, I'm not going to show my Facebook right here because you'll get personal information. But as I said, if you will join our group, then definitely I will be sending you links, job postings. You don't have to search. I'll be searching it for you. Okay, so now that's the virtual assistant portals that you wanted to go through, depending on your role. Okay, depending on what you wanted to do. Alright, so I'm going to discuss with you next would be improving your resume. Okay. Alright, so improving your resume using Canva. Okay, so in the virtual assistant world, we doesn't really use the conventional way of resumes that we submit here in the Philippines. Like, as you know, it's very detailed. There's a lot of English going on that we doesn't really understand what it is, and it's not needed. It's not necessary in there. All right. So Filipino companies would base their decisions on their resume and on how it was written, but here it's quite different. All right, so if you're applying to a job that requires you creativity or graphic design, I would recommend you to do a resume that is really colorful, that has a lot of elements on it, and you know, it has a great impact because you're a graphic designer, right? So you have to let them see how creative you are. But if you're working or looking for something like email marketing, or if you're looking for something like a general virtual assistant, that's really non-voice or nothing related to creativity, then you can just select a brand. What do I mean by branding? Okay, as I mentioned earlier on this session, we are business owners. And as a business owner, you have to have a logo or you have to have a tagline. All right? So you're not just an employee but applying for a job, but you're a business offering your business to companies, to company owners, CEOs. You're talking with them. So I would recommend you to do a couple of things on your in your resume. I as a recruitment agent, I was a recruitment specialist before, and I try to look into 600 resumes at a time to find the best people. And when I post a job out there, you're going to be flooded with a lot of email. I'm telling this in the perspective of the recruitment or the HR that you're going to be talking to, okay? So I try to pick people based on how they present themselves through their resume and through their cover letters. So there's people here in the Philippines would say, pag mahaba yung cover letter mo, kapag mahaba yung 6 pages yung resume mo, you're good. Ang galing naman ito, ang galing naman mag-English nito. No, it's not. We are not reading that. Kapag mahaba yung cover letter on your email, I won't bother to read that. That's waste of time. Okay, so just be simple. Just be straightforward on your cover letter. You doesn't have to present yourself like tell them all of the skills that you can offer, because your resume will tell them that. Okay, so you can just let them know, I'm interested, I can offer the services to you, blah blah blah, and that's it. You attach your resume. Now for your resume, I would recommend you to go and have a Canva account. There is a Canva account that is free, though it's very limited, but still, it's free. There's still a lot of options there that you can choose from. So you can search here some templates already. Let's see what will pop up. Okay, so here you would see a lot of resume templates that you can choose from. Okay, so all you need to do is click it, change it, and there you go. You have your resume outright. And it's not the typical resume that we usually see when we submit resumes in a company right here in the Philippines. Usually our resumes look like this, and it's kind of boring, it's kind of bland, and we would want it to attract clients. Okay, so let's just say this one. I'll click this one. When I say branding, you have to make yourself be known for a specific identity. Okay, there's a lot of virtual assistants out there. What is different from you? What makes you stand out? Okay, so with branding, you have to choose what color you'll be choosing, what logo are you representing, how would you represent yourself, that kind of thing. That when the client sees that, they will remember you. Okay, so for example, this one, Karina Villanueva is a graphic illustrator, and so she provides her personal profile, how she does it, what have she done in the past, her skill set, her contact information, her work experiences, and her academic background. As you can see, there's no references needed. Like here in the Philippines, they will ask you to find references for them to call in. How is you going? How do you work with them? No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to spend time, money, and effort to do that for you. Okay, so all they need to do is to know what are you, who are you, what you can do. Okay, that's very, very brief and very concise. It's very much likely if you can do fit everything on one page kind of thing. So you can edit this, you can retype things, you can erase stuff here, you can rearrange how it works so that you can fit stuff. There you go. So very simple. And there's a grid already there that you can make sure you're centered, you're aligned to each one of them. You can add graphics, add or delete graphics out here. And yeah, it feels like you're a professional, but you just used a free app or free software. See? So you have to really utilize your resources to make sure you are presenting yourself professionally. And also, if you're doing a resume, it's okay to put a picture there that you crop from somewhere. It's not really formal, but I would suggest something that's really, presentable. Like if it's the background is like the nature or the sunset, that will work. That is good. That is okay. But I don't want seeing resumes like doing a selfie on Facebook. It's not really professional. I've seen a lot of that, and I push that off. I don't even try to read the resumes anymore because it's my judgment. I'm judgmental. But most likely it's not worth it. Okay, so try to present yourself as professional as possible, but not business-like. You see how they worded this resume? I mostly do commission illustration, work for use in advertisements, books, magazines. Very casual, but formal at the same time. You know what I mean? You have to present it very professionally. Now, there are a lot of different things that you can add up to your resume. You just have to choose which template worked for you. Like for this one. Okay, so here's her skills. And she's a graphic designer as well, so technically she's putting a lot of elements on her resume. Look at her picture. This works. Okay, the background is good. It looks professional because she's a graphic designer, so she needs to present herself as an artisty or artistic kind of person, right? So there you go. You can log into Canva, find the best template that you can find that would represent yourself, and then make it short, make it concise, make it clear. Okay, so that the recruiters or the HR people doesn't really want it to read every single item on your resume. What we just look at is what can you offer, what is your work experience, what are your skill set, what makes you stand out. That's it. That's what we wanted to see in your resume. Okay. Not to brag, but for the past 5 years that I've been working on an agency, I do the HR stuff for that, like the recruitment stuff. And I posted the job interviews. I do the job interviews. Some of my relatives went through those job interviews and they went crazy because I wanted to find the best fit for a client, okay? For sure, I will give you a very difficult test, and I would, see how you respond to my questions. But mostly my questions are about yourself. Like, how would you work, your integrity, diligence. It's all about that, not about your experience. Why? I value your soft skills because that's untrainable. Your work ethic is untrainable. So for those who are newbies out here, that's what I wanted you to highlight on your resumes. Okay? Because you don't have an experience yet. You don't have, you cannot battle with experienced virtual assistants, but you can switch that over by improving your soft skills, or you're selling your soft skills. Because there's a lot of agents I've worked with or hired that they're really good. They're extremely good. But at the end of the day, we're ditching them, we're canceling them because of their work ethics, their attitude, their integrity, different kind of soft skills and stuff that makes and breaks you as a virtual assistant. Okay, you're working together with a client. It's like you're getting a piece of them. So you have to be able to be a people person and make sure that you and the client jives together. Not all the clients are great. Not all the clients are nice. There are a lot of clients that are rude. There are a lot of clients that are, you know, unreasonable. But as long as both of you have a good relationship, you can switch that over. You can technically switch that over. So this is my tips on Canva. I would like you guys to visit it later on or tomorrow, anytime this weekend. I wanted you to create your resumes using Canva, and just keep it. Keep it. And my advice would be, I have different sets of resumes depending on what I would like to apply. Like, for example, I wanted to apply for social media marketing or social media management. Well, my resume for that is like shouting with colors, with glitters on it, and flying butterflies, because that is something with creativity that you have to show how creative you are. But if I'm applying for a general virtual assistant or executive virtual assistant, I will go with details later about those. I would have something very simple. I would normally use two-tone colors for the resume, like gold or golden on beige, or pink and yellow, something like that, because it will only give them the idea that I'm more on organization, I'm more on making things possible, those kind of stuff. So your resume reflects what you are and what you can do. Okay, so that very simple. Now, okay. So now I'm gonna teach you how you would answer. As I mentioned earlier, I've been hiring people around. So how to start your first VA interview. Okay, so on a perspective of a specialist, I would want it to see someone that is confident, that is spontaneous, good grammar and intonation. So let's go with the confident first. When I say confident, I don't say confident that is bragging yourself, that I'm too confident, I can do it. No. Someone that is confident that you can answer the question professionally and with full honesty. Lately, I was like going through some interviews to get another client for myself, and I was like not so confident at all because it was too long since I have had an interview. And then it took me like three, four, or five, I think, five interviews to land someone um, to work with. Okay, to take note of that, I'm already a very experienced virtual assistant. So you see, I have to review what's going on, what had happened on that interview, why I was not chosen. And one is that because I'm not confident. You have to make sure that it's something that you can fake it till you make it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. The way you speak, the way I speak now, is something that they would really wanted to look for a VA for. It's very important that you can speak fluently. I'm not saying that if you can't speak fluently, you can't land a job. That's not it. But it's really something that you wanted to improve, especially we're working for foreign people at the moment. And so they're not perfect with grammar, not like Filipinos here that, you know, you spot correct a grammar in Facebook post. They're not like that. They're even having some wrong grammar thingy going on too. You know, they're not perfect English, so they would really understand if you're not um, a native English speaker, but they would really appreciate you if you can speak fluently, spontaneously. Like, you have to practice yourself removing the ums, the buts, the fillers, because that will sound that you're really nervous. So when I try to go on an interview, I will compose the thoughts and on my I buy time. Like, oh, that's a very good question. That few seconds, I buy time to compose myself and find an answer in the back of my head. And that makes me go spontaneously talking to them nonstop. Okay? So, one thing that would help you to do that is for you to study what the client needs. What are they looking for? What are their business? How can I help them? What I can improve? So, if you'll be meeting a client, they provide you what company they are, you search it in Google, find them, see what they're doing, see what you can help them with, and that's make you spontaneous. That makes you confident. Um, Intonation is also part of it because there's a lot of people, especially newbies, that I've interviewed that they're very flat. Like, they speak the same tone all at the same time until the end of the interview. That's it. It doesn't catch my attention as an interviewer. It makes me feel boring, and it dawns me that whenever you speak to a client or like a customer of them, that's how you're going to talk to them. So that's not good business. So we try to practice, not perfect English. I'm not saying not perfect English, but a pumped up way of talking. And if you would notice, I don't have a script. I just have an outline. That's how spontaneous I am. Because I don't feel like reading a script. I became more stupid doing that, and that takes practice. It's a lot of practice for me. Okay, so I would encourage everyone to do that, to watch a movie, especially those who are not from BPO industries that has a training for this. I would recommend you to always watch an English movie. Always. To be honest with you, even when I was little, I never watched a Tagalog movie. I do watch, but I don't feel like I enjoyed it. For some reason, I hate it when they kind of like watch what's that? Cinema One on cable before. I really don't like it. But I am more appreciative of English movies because I can I feel like I can express myself better listening to them, and I can get ideas with them. So, yeah. Having a neutral accent, okay, it doesn't have to start with having an American accent, like sounding like an American. It doesn't need to be that. You just have to have a neutral accent that doesn't like sound a Pinoy. Because some are really racist. That's true. That's really a true world going on. That once they hear you speak like this, they will not accept you anymore. See the difference? Like, it's not very impressive for them to hear you like that. Especially if the job that you're going to do is about calling, interacting with customers, if you're going to talk over the phone or through text, then definitely you have to improve that. Okay, I'm not saying you cannot apply when you don't have a neutral accent, but I would encourage all of you to start practicing now. Alright, it takes practice to be perfect. And no one is really perfect, but it's better. Okay? So, sell yourself. The next one is sell yourself. As I said, we are not employees that's going to have paycheck to paycheck. We are contractors. We're individual contractors that we offer our services to them. And then you have to make sure that you present yourself as that. Okay, so what can you do? What can you offer? What are the things that you can help? Even if that's out of the job description, like they're saying, I'm looking for an email marketer. Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. I can do an email marketing task for you. And also, I've had an experience as a social media management or manager. So you see, you're selling what you can for yourself, and you know, it's really a great deal because it's like upselling. I've learned in McDonald's. I've worked in McDonald's and a different kind of food chains. And they taught us to upsell. So every time you offer like, "Hi sir, what's your order? I would like a regular fries and drinks with a burger. Oh, do you want it medium?" You see, you're selling your services. You are trying to get out of the box and make sure that you cover everything. Okay? And for you to be able to sell yourself, we're going back to the first item. Be confident. Okay, always be confident. Next would be study the client's requirements and qualifications. So I've already touched base to this earlier today, that before you go to an interview, you already applied to it and you have the descriptions of what's going on, what they're needing, blah, blah, blah. So beforehand, before you get an invite for an interview, you try to make sure you find everything that is about them. Okay, so you look at their website, look who are they, what's their Facebook page, etc., etc. Because that will help you give them answers. If they ask you a question, how can you do this? How can you do that? You already have an idea what they're doing, so basically you'll be able to answer that. Okay? If you have any problems with it, as I said, if you're part of our group on Facebook, as we go along with their courses, I'll be able to help you with that. Okay? I'll be giving you some pointers. I'll be giving you some tips depending on what job you'll be applying for. Okay. So, before I go to the niches, I would like to discuss the references on how you will choose the jobs out there. Because I cannot tell that everybody can find a good job that is legitimate. Okay, out there's a lot of hoax There's a lot of scams and a lot of things. And most people that is not into virtual assistants um, industry yet, they don't know how to decipher if that's true or not, or it's too good to be true. So my tip is, whenever it applies to everything, investment, anything, business wise, business offers. If it's too good to be true, don't believe it. Try to research further. Alright? So, for example, they will tell you that you don't have, the job description says, you don't have to do anything, you just have to repost and you're going to be paid per post. That's true. That's true. There are jobs like that you're going to be paid per post. Okay, you have to ask questions. What specifically are we earning for this? How much per post? So there you will find it's 1 peso per post, 1 peso per comment, and it's not ideal. Okay, because that job is under a social media manager. Okay, and a social media manager can earn $5 to $6 per hour. You see, if you can do a comment or a post or repost like 50 or 20 in an hour, you're just going to earn 20 pesos for an hour. So imagine the difference of that. So you have to be very, very vigilant about it. It's not that you are a newbie that you will accept that kind of offer. It's not that. Because we don't like that either. Us as virtual assistants that's already in the business, that makes the clients lowball us as well. So for example, when we started before, the minimum would be $7 per hour. And that's the minimum. Now we are seeing offers that are $2 per hour, which is just what, 100 pesos? So, because the reason why the clients are offering that, because newbies who are very desperate to accept a job grabs that opportunity. And I wanted to tell you that they can't find that anywhere else. Okay? In the US, the same job that we're doing, they're paying $20 minimum per hour. Per hour. That's a local virtual assistant out there. That's why they outsourced with us, because we're a lot more cheaper. But please do not accept $2 per hour. It's affecting the whole business, the whole industry. Okay? So trust yourself. Make sure that you you can deliver, and keep up with the range. $4 would be enough. $3 would be the maximum that you can go low to. Okay? So if you just wanted to gain experience, $3 is okay. And after a few months, you can get another job. Alright? So that's my tip. Virtual assistant works like if you have an agency, or if you're being hired by an agency, they're going to pay you directly from bank. They're going to transfer the money directly from bank. So it's either bi-monthly, or what they call quincenas katapusan, or every week. In my term, I always take clients or consult clients who pays me every week. Every Saturday I receive a payment from them. Why? Because that will assure me that they are going to be paying me for the work that I have already done. Okay? It will not take them some time to ghost me if they're going to do a month or bi-monthly. So that's just me for being safe. Okay? And I steer clear
from clients who pay from PayPal. I do not use Pioneer or PayPal ever since. I don't apply for people who pays through PayPal or Pioneer because they deduct a certain percentage depending on how much you're getting. So it's not a fixed charge of just $4 for the whole transaction. They are taking off a percentage of your money out of you just to process the payment. And we don't like that. Okay? So I steer clear from Pioneer and PayPal. If the client wants me to use PayPal, I use Xoom. It's XOOM. It's a third-party payment portal where you can get your money directly from the bank, or you can pick it up from M. Louillier, Cebuana Louillier, very, very easily. And they can use their PayPal to pay that. Okay, so that's a win-win situation. You want your PayPal to be used? Fine, that's good. Let's use Xoom because I don't want to use PayPal account. Okay? So that's just a tip from me that I wanted you to take care of. So, what else? Next would be the niches. Okay, so the niches are the things that you wanted to apply for or the job openings out there. Alright, as we go along, I'm going to be recording the tutorials for each one of this. So to discuss how general virtual assistant work, what the executive virtual assistant do, inside sales agent do, receptionist, okay? But these are the top list that you can choose from to apply for out there as a virtual assistant. The most highest paying jobs that I've seen so far is the SEO, or what you call this, social, I forgot. I forgot. But basically, SEO are the people who put your business at the top of the Google search. So whenever you type in something or search a business, they are the one responsible to put their business at top of the option. Okay, so that is how SEO work. They charge from $15 to $20 per hour. That's per hour. Okay, and this is a very tedious job, so you will be like spending 8 hours, 4 hours in a day, in a week, every day. So imagine, you do your computation, you do your math, how much you'll be earning if you learn how to do this. Next would be the web design and web developer. These are two different things, but clients look at it the same. So if you are someone who is experienced with IT, HTML, coding, you're the best person for web design and web developing. And there's a lot of businesses who wants that or searching for that and is begging for you to work for them. If I am just an IT person, I would definitely go deep dive with web design and web developer. But I'm not. It's not my niche. So, as I said, it would range around $15 to $20 per hour if you're working for a direct client. Okay, quote that, if you're working for a direct client. Next one would be the social media marketing manager. Okay, as you notice, social media manager and social media marketing manager sounds the same, but they're different. Social media marketing manager is a bit analytical. This is very technical. They strategize. They pull up reports for the clients to show how they're doing with their social media platforms, and they will lay down the plans for the business to grow. And to note with that, it means that with your strategy, you have to provide results. That's the pressure of that. Okay, so you doesn't have to, you don't just lay down a plan that doesn't work. You have to make sure that your plan will work for them because they're paying you for that. Okay? Well, social media manager is a bit more laid back. I am a social media manager. So it's pretty much different and much easier. And a lot of newbies out there can do that on their own. I just have to teach you some tips and tricks and you can do that. And that's the most in demand right now because social media platforms are all over the place. They're starting to have virtual assistants for TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and podcast and YouTube. So there's a lot of market with social media management. Okay, I'll teach you more of that. So I'll be subdividing our coaching sessions next week to 2 parts. I'll be parting this section, and I'll be dividing it into 2 videos. I'll be sending you the videos as soon as I get them ready via email. And please do message me on Facebook, add me on the Facebook page, so to make sure that I can add you to the group, and so we can discuss a lot more of the hirings, what you need, what you wanted, etc., etc. So our 2 hours is about to be over. I'm losing my voice right now, but I wanted everybody to ask their questions now so I can answer it live, and to help other people as well to get an idea of what's going on or what your questions at the back of your head, what are your doubts. Please type it into your comment section there. I'll be able to read it. I will choose one question or a few questions right there before we end up the session, and then I'll answer it for you. So go ahead and type in. I'll wait for your questions. Any more questions? You guys have any questions right there? Try to pop up on our comment section below. If you cannot find our comment section, just refresh your tabs. It will show up there. So I'll have a few more minutes to wait for your questions. If a question pops up, I'll answer it for you. So anyone? Okay, so I think no one has questions at the moment. As I said, please add me on Facebook so I can add you to our Facebook page and our Facebook group. And I'll be starting to post job hiring in there. And if you want me to answer questions in there as well, I would definitely
do so as I can. Yeah, and just something that I wanted you to really take away out of this coaching live session, is I don't stop, and don't tell yourself that you cannot do it. Because just to share out with you guys, I jumped into this industry even before it was known to many of us. Alright? Yung time na nag-start ako dito, wala akong work. I came from the BPO industry, and then I just literally jumped in to being a virtual assistant. And then it took me 3 months to get a client that time. It took me 3 months to get a client, and I did not stop from there. So, I'm just encouraging everyone that nung ako nag-start, wala akong alam, wala talaga, yung mga yan, hindi ko yan alam. And as I go along, I just try to push myself to find out more about it, study it, ask questions, and then hanggang sa 5 years na, I was able to get more skills. I was able to get more market and clients as well. Right now, I'm working for 4 clients from 4 p.m. to whatnot. For those who know me, they know how much I work. So, yeah, that's the success story for me. And I believe everybody here in the call, or everybody here in the YouTube Live, will have the same success story if you just keep on pushing forward, and if you just keep on searching. Don't stop. It will come to you any moment, anytime soon. So if you deserve it, you will be able to, yeah, you will earn it. Good job. Okay, so there's no more questions. I'm going to end up the class now, and I hope I have the recording as soon as possible and send it over to your emails. And then our next coaching sessions will be out next week, either Saturdays or Sundays. I'll be pre-recording it, so you doesn't have to worry about it. It will just come to your email whenever it's done. And yeah, just go ahead and ask me questions. And by the way, for those who are aspiring to be a VA, I do have some virtual assistants before who venture to business agencies already. They have their own agencies. So I can recommend our enrollees there. If you guys match with a client, and definitely you can get a client already. Okay, so just be prepared. Make sure you have your resumes, your setup ready to jump in and work for a client anytime soon. Okay, so good luck, guys. I hope to see you again soon. And thank you so much for being part of our live session today. Have a great evening.